to continue with the weekly all signs love readings. So it's a brand new start today. Aries and Taurus. Let me just get my computer set up. I'm going to continue with the Solar Kingdom tarot deck, but I will change it next week. I changed the setup a little bit. I've got one of my paintings in the background. So when I lived in Italy during the summer, because I'm a teacher, I had the summers off, I drove around the south of Italy with my friend Steph, and this is Ostuni. I don't know if you've ever been to Ostuni, but it's known as the White City. It's up on a hill, all the houses are white. So yeah, I thought I'd lost that painting, but you know, I found it. So right, let me get set up. I just want to be able to control the chat from my laptop, and I'll get my charger as well. If you can hear squeaks, it's my workout pants against the leather seat. So I'm not like intending for any unsavory sounds, but there's been a few squeaks. Okay, so we've got Aries, the ram, element fire, courageous, determined, confident. Ruling planet Mars, cardinal sign. Your channel. Let me get my channel up. I'm feeling so lazy, goodness me. That won't last. Okay. Content, lives. There we are. So I've not advertised this live, but hopefully people see it and join in. If you're new to the channel, welcome in. And this is Jenny at 7 Chakras Tarot. Can't speak. 7 Chakras Tarot. Turn the sound off that. So I am spoiling you guys today. I've got the Tranquil Harmony Japandi Oracle deck. I bought that a few months ago and I've not used it yet, so we're gonna christen this deck today. I've mixed up the messages cards. We're using the Blunt Truth edition for messages. And hi Shreya. Hi, is it Ivy? And I've got my crystals out, and oh my god, I love this deck. I normally keep it for it's called The Parts of Me, an IFS Inner System Oracle deck. Right, it's actually so good. I've never seen anyone use this and I love it, especially for general like personal readings like past, present, future. You can spread the tea. That's so funny. The afternoon tea. Right, so we've mixed it up anyway, and I've got some different message decks as well, just so it's not exactly the same stuff as last week. need to know about this guy in your class then. Who's this guy? That's making me laugh. Tell us all about it. The chances of him being in here are, let's say, 0. So you like a guy and you want to know if he likes you back. So are you an Aries or a Taurus? Or is he an Aries or a Taurus? Young, broken, dumb. Well, you've got the right personality. You're hilarious. How old are you then? Why does it say 1950 in your username? Or are they just random numbers? Because people often put their like birthday in there. I'll have to keep this PG then, because I don't know how old you are. You're a Pisces. You're 16, okay. I was going to say, like, this isn't really for young ones, but 16, I suppose we can do that. So if you're Pisces, what sign is he? You only need his birthday. You only need his birthday to find out what sign he is. And we've got a Cancer in the room. Well, in this live, I am doing Aries and Taurus. You're very welcome to hang around and listen and see my style. If you know, well, if you got his social media, usually people put their birthdays on there. You're gonna have to be more of an investigator. Well, anyway, you can stick around, you can see my style, or you can watch your sign. I posted Pisces. Oh, okay, so Pisces, I'm going to post the last reading for Pisces once I finish this live. But you can watch the last live and it's time stamped for, it'll say Aquarius and Pisces. If you go out of this live into my lives playlist, you'll be able to see what the last Pisces reading was. But I also like chop up the lives and post them as individual readings as well. But are you new into the channel then? I don't think I've seen your name before. Stick around and see if you like it. Don't forget to give me a like, guys, if you do like it. I've got a website, I do personal readings. But to be honest, if you watch the collective readings for your sign or the sign of your person on a weekly basis, you'll get their energy. So you're going to have to find out his birth date. Well, these are collective, but they should resonate if you watch them week on week. Hi, Rosemary. I've been doing tarot since, well, I think I started watching tarot in 2020, and by 2 years later, I've started doing my own tarot. And then I've had my channel for just over 2 years on YouTube. I've got a channel on TikTok. I post the same things on both platforms, but I made my website and business cards this year. So, because I literally get so many people wanting to have personal readings, it's like insane. I'm a full-time high school teacher, so I do this around that. You know, it's the summer at the moment, so I'm doing a couple of signs each day, but I normally do all the signs at the weekends, each weekend. Just spreading it out, you know, because I do too much sitting. You can't win, honestly. If you chat, you're not going fast enough. If you shuffle the cards, you're taking too long. If you shuffle and you don't chat and you just read the cards, then you're not talking to the live enough. People wind me up so much. You can't win, honestly. Right, spirit guides, universe, and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Aries' highest good. How is Aries feeling in this final week of August 2026 with regards to the one they're thinking about, dealing with, or manifesting in? 3 cards for how Aries is feeling, please. So this could be someone that you've got on your mind, someone that you're already seeing, already involved with, or it could be someone that you're manifesting in the future. I like to do I like to do a 9 card spread. So it's 3 cards for how you're feeling, 3 cards for how they're feeling, and 3 cards for the outcome. I'll clarify why they feel the way that they feel. I'll get messages from them and I'll get you some advice from Spirit, okay? So 3 cards for how you're feeling, first of all, Aries, because I like to compare timelines. So we've got the 6 of Cups in the challenge position. So the 6 of Cups, when it's upright, is like a soulmate energy. It's a nice energy. It's a card of nostalgia, okay? Thinking about happy times, lots of happy memories. When you've been in a successful, loving relationship, a healthy relationship for a few years, you know, you hold your person in such high regard. They're like a member of your family, you know, you would protect them, you would, you know, do what you can for them in an instant. You know, you love them so dearly. So this is what this card is. Cups hold water. Water is feelings and emotions in tarot, and yeah, it's a really nice card. It's like soulmates, someone from the past. When it's reversed, for me, and when you read tarot, it's what the cards mean to you, because you kind of make your own language, and Spirit automatically knows that language. It's not like it doesn't translate or anything. When it's reversed, it's like maybe the sense of you've lost a soulmate. This is the challenge position, okay? So when the card is sideways, the challenge is, it could be, is this a soulmate or isn't it? Or am I losing my soulmate? Okay, so let's put that there and we'll get a couple more cards. The 5 of Pentacles in the upright. Okay, so now that we've got this card, I know that the message in that card is, I feel like I'm losing my soulmate, okay? Because the 5 of Pentacles, when it's upright, is someone who feels left out in the cold. This is a person who's turned up at a church. All people are welcome within a church. It's a safe space. It's a peaceful space. It's a place of salvation. It's somewhere, you know, to receive nothing but compassion. You see the lights are on, but this person's trapped outside and there's icicles growing off the window. They're in a blizzard. Yeah, it's a really like harsh existence. Like, this person's suffering and they're not getting, it's like no mercy, you know, so there's nowhere to seek refuge. Although it's Pentacles, it's not just in a financial sense, you know, it's Pentacles for me are increments of time, money and energy. So you feel like someone's freezing you out, you know, like they're not giving you the time of day, they're not spending time with you, they're not putting enough energy into a situation anymore. Yeah, am I losing them? Like, I don't feel good, I don't feel cared for, I don't feel noticed, I don't feel valued, protected, supported, none of that. Very rapid here. Oh. I find it really hard being in cemeteries. I've always got people in my mind there and in my heart. Like, always, always, always. I talk about them constantly as well. The Fool card reversed. The Fool is someone who's willing to take a leap of faith, okay? And maybe it works out, maybe it doesn't. But you see the number at the top is a 0. And in tarot, the numbers run from 0 right the way up through to 10. And then it has to reset again, okay? And they're like chapters in our lives. So the Fool is someone who really wants something with all their heart, with all their might, and they're prepared to put it all on the line. When it's reversed, we're not prepared to put it all on the line. We're not going to, okay? That would be foolishness. So with the Fool reversed, you know, there's this sense of like, well, I feel like this relationship's doomed anyway. So if this is your reading, you know, you'll be sitting there thinking, yeah, oh my God, like, I feel like my person's just, they're acting different with me. You know, maybe they're moving their hand away from yours when you go to, like, you know, put your hand on theirs, or like turning away when you go to kiss them, they give you the cheek or whatever, or like, you know, they're saying I'll meet you wherever instead of picking you up, or like, you know, finding ways to sort of like cut down the time being with you. Like, it's just this sense of like, this is someone that's very important to me, that I feel like they're slipping away from me. I don't feel like cared for. I don't feel like, you know, wanted. Doesn't have to be like a physical thing like that. Like, if you, I'm thinking more like that because it seems like something more established with the 6 of Cups. Something within a household. History does matter. Let's see who's showing up for you. I'd imagine it's the person you've been directly dealing with. The 3 of Cups reversed. Okay. Now, in a love reading, the 3 of Cups can be a third-party situation. So the 2 of Cups is 2 people, okay, each feeling the same about one another. They're on the same page. They've started dating. They've fallen for one another. It's mutual feelings. 3 people, each with a cup, is too many. Okay, so it can be a third-party situation. What do I mean by third party? Maybe a relationship or a marriage where one person is cheating and they've begun to, you know, involve another person into the mix. So if it's not that, and you're like, no, there's absolutely no way, absolutely not, it can be people just being sociable. You know, 3 is a number of community, spending time together, celebrating. It was reversed, wasn't it? So reversed, it either means if the third party situationship resonates, then the person who's been brought in sideways, like the other man, excuse me, the other man, the other woman, the other guy, the other girl, they're ending it. They don't want to do this like threesome shit anymore. You know, relationship in the dark is no good. So that would be them ending it. If it's not that, and you're like, I know, you know, I know they're definitely not involved with anybody, and it's just like 100% it's not their character or whatever. Because some people actively know when they're in a third party situation, and some people have no idea. And some people are like, they just would never do that. I know they wouldn't. The opposite of being sociable and the opposite of community is being like solitary, yeah, singular. So keeping away from everybody. So someone's either withdrawing from the situation because they feel that, you know, 3 is a crowd, or they're isolating themselves, which is making you feel, you know, like abandoned. Let's get another couple of cards. The 7 of Cups reversed, the Tower, the 3 of Wands reversed. The 7 of Cups reversed. So 7's a reflective number. The 7 of Cups, when it's upright, is someone who's daydreaming. They're at a crossroads in their life and they're thinking about what's next. You know, what do I want going forward? Like, how do I want my life to be? The 7 of Cups, when it's reversed, is like, we're so like not enjoying like the present. We're so much more comfortable with the idea of like the future and what the future may hold, that we're kind of living in that. It's crossed over from fantasy into outright delusion. It's like, well, I'm spending all of my time basically thinking about what I want my life to be like rather than what my life is like, okay? So it's basically being a bit unhappy with how things are. The Tower is a major change, you know, the structure of one's life, the landscape of one's life being broken down, torn down. You know, very dramatic. However, what replaces it will be superior. So this is someone who's just tearing shit up. They're pulling everything down. Okay, so it could well be someone that's like, I am not being your side chick anymore. I'm not being your side guy anymore. I'm not doing it. We've got the 3 of Wands reversed, which is, we know what we want, but we're procrastinating. Because the 2 of Wands, when it's upright, is a planning phase, and she has to pick this one or this one, A or B, stay or go. You know, continue or blow everything up. And she's picked, okay, to get to the 3 of Wands, she's picked. But for it to be reversed, it's like, I'm not going to do it now though. Like, maybe in a few weeks or something. You know what I mean? It's like procrastination, putting it off. Or self-sabotaging something. So it looks like someone's got really fed up and they've just gone, I ain't doing this anymore. And a third party situation, you know, can be interfered with by the third person. Doesn't always have to be a man or a woman that's, you know, in a relationship with you. It could be, you know, a family friend or anybody really, a best friend, a parent, a sibling, you know. But yeah, it could be like a jealous person, but you tend to get that where there has been a separation or something. I'm not getting anything like the 10 of Pentacles reversed or the 10 of Cups reversed or anything that says one of you is already taken or going for a separation, except for the fact that we have got the 3 of Cups reversed and someone's leaving because they just feel like, you know, that this is like 3 people here instead of 2. I'm not answering questions in the chat. These are collective readings. If you want a personal reading, you can look at my website and see how to contact me. I don't answer questions in the live. Let's get another one. So it looks like this person, unfortunately, has been reviewing the relationship and, you know, thinking about what they want for themselves, and they are going to cause the tower moment. They're gonna end the relationship, and they could have delayed it a little bit, and you've noticed the change in energy, like the shift, energetic shift. Which, if you're going through this, Aries, I'm really sorry for you, because that is a horrible situation. King of Swords reversed. Yeah. The King of Swords upright is... I don't often get this kind of energy out, but the King of Swords upright is someone who is strategic, okay? Someone who plays life like it's a game of chess. They make moves when they're good and ready. They think a lot for a long time before making any moves. You know, it's someone who's intellectualizing the situation, analysing it, taking time. They're very patient. They're looking at things from, you know, different angles. They are keeping, if information is power, if knowledge is power, they're keeping that information, that knowledge close to their chest. It's a poker face, you know, kind of person. Like, I don't really like it, because I know what it feels like to have someone turn around and say, I've been thinking about this for 6 months. That was just the worst thing that anyone could have said to me. When you started to feel differently, like maybe you don't want to be in a relationship with me, don't tell me that you did that as long as 6 months ago. Like, please don't. Because that's fucking insulting. Like, why did you continue with it then? Do you know what I mean? As soon as you start to feel like differently, you should be telling the person that you're with, because it's not fair on them. And how stupid are they going to feel, and how, like, you know, without someone cheating or lying or doing anything, it is kind of lying, because they're admitting the truth. They're having thoughts that are separate to you. So you're not like a pair anymore. And what it feels like is we haven't been a pair for a while, but you let me think that we were, you know. And it's just like, it's just not a nice feeling. There's no need for that at all. And I would say, like, definitely, if you care about someone and you need to break up with them, even if it's true and you've been thinking about it for 6 months, please don't say that to them. That's just horrible. Yeah, so it's heavy Aquarian energy, air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is a person that's not going to rush around telling everybody, like, blabbermouth, like, this is what I'm going through with so-and-so. They're not doing that shit. Because, as I say, knowledge is power, communication is everything. And keeping things to oneself is very, like, important. When it's reversed, swords, when they're wielded incorrectly, can really hurt, okay? They can cut us really deep. So they could be running their mouth, like saying stuff that's not nice to you. They could be blocking you or just disappearing. They've not blocked you. You can see them, like, going online or doing this or that, but they're just not replying to your messages, okay? Like, freezing you out. They could be manipulating the situation, because we've got procrastination here. So someone could be planning an exit. But maybe they suspect that they are the other man, the other woman, and they're not happy about it, and they're giving you the silent treatment, in which case you're not totally innocent. That is just one, one possibility. Obviously, I'm not a fly on the wall, and this is a collective reading. But we have got that Three of Cups reversed. Someone is like, I'm not doing this anymore. Like, I'm not being someone's bit on the side. Or I want out of this long-term relationship, even if there isn't another person involved. They just want out of it, and they've really isolated themselves away from you with that Three of Cups reversed. So, see what fits. Let's get 3 for the outcome. Know where the exits are. Oh, hi, beautifully. I am divine. It's a lovely greeting. We've got 2 mods in the house. It's a good position to be in. I've already had someone moaning, saying I'm talking too much. I was just chatting to people because they're new to the channel. You can't win, honestly. You're going too fast or too slow. Oh. That's such a nice energy. Lovely messages. Should we pin that one? That's a nice tone for the channel. Okay, so in the outcome, I'm very well, thank you. In the outcome, we've got the 9 of Pentacles upright. So this is a single energy. 9s are single, okay? So we are looking at a relationship breakup. But this person is very much abundant, okay? They're surrounded by pentacles. Look at all the fruits of their labour. They're very independent financially. They're not codependent. So if this is you, you're going to be all right, Aries, okay? You've got your own stuff going on. You're very financially secure, stable. And you will be absolutely fine if this is your energy. Let's get 2 more. Queen of Wands upright with the solar eclipse reversed. Now, I instantly wanted to speak in a very different way then. The Queen of Wands is a very seductive energy, okay? And the Queen of Wands, if you look at your cards, you've gone from water and being all emotional and then feeling like, at such a loss with the Pentacles reversed, like your fire's been put out with the Fool reverse, like someone throwing a bucket of water over you on a windy day, and it's just like, great, what next? Then we've got the sun shining out of us with this 9 of Pentacles, like abundant. And we've got this Queen of Wands energy. Look at her. She is fabulous. This is someone who is adorned, like her presence, like everyone's going to turn around and be like, wow, who's that? Who's that girl, like you don't have to be a female. Like I'm just like being silly, but like basically the Queen of Wands is someone who's very arrogant, they look good and they know they look good. Like they're very action orientated. It's fire energy, like Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, heavy Sagittarian energy. And it's like, have a look at this then. I'm doing shit. I'm making shit happen for myself and I look good doing it. Have that. It's like, it's giving like revenge body vibes. Like, it's a seductive energy, Queen of Wands. This is someone who's like hot to trot, okay? The solar eclipse reversed. Okay, so something was blocking out the sun, and now that is gone. Okay, without looking into that too deeply, let's go intuitive. Something was in the way of the sun. The sun is happiness, being carefree, being light. And look, here we are, sitting on top of the world, looking good, feeling great, and independent with it. I mean, like, maybe this person's done you a favour. Maybe they've done you a favour, I don't know. Oh, if I get cross watchers, they're not going to be very happy, are they? Let's get a couple more for the outcome. Oh, wow. Okay, so we've got a major arcana. It's the major for Aquarius, the star. So we've got healing and or wish fulfillment. Okay, she is pouring that water on her back. You know, the water bearer, water cleanses us. She's not just dipping her toes in the water, okay? This is being reborn. My ex used to get in the shower after a long day, long day, rushing around in work. He'd come home, he'd have a shower and he'd say, I feel reborn. I feel reborn. Like, you know, it's like that sense of being christened, being absolved of all your sins, you know, like everything being washed away and being refreshed, renewed, you know, rejuvenated, reborn. Like, this is, you know, it started off really like depressing. I'm not gonna lie, it was depressing, wasn't it, with what was happening? But look at the outcome. We've got full moon reversed. Full moon when it's upright is like heavy emotions coming to the surface and getting all like, ooh, all like wistful and a bit sad and nostalgic and pining, you know, and regrets and all that heavy stuff. When it's reversed, I imagine that it would be the opposite of that, right? So it's like the feelings have subsided, they've gone, they've dissipated, all that was kind of sad is settled again. And like, you know, when we get these big tsunami waves, like crashing waves in tarot illustrations, it's very like emotional high, like emotions and stormy and upsetting, you know, but like I imagine this feels very calm and the energy is kind of dissipated. So let's get messages. Let's do the fun bit. Let's get messages from this person who seems to be an ex. I swear that person just made a new account and come back in. Don't spam me questions. Questions won't be answered. A new stuff. We've got a couple here, let's see. From this deck anyway. Still listening. I listen to the music you shared with me. It helps me to connect with you, although we are apart. I'm so good at this shit. Yes, you definitely, like, there's been a breakup, okay? But for some reason, even though it's this person, it looks like this person did it. They done it. It looks like they're listening to music. So it's not that they didn't ever care, and it's not that you didn't have something very special, because it obviously was a significant relationship for the Six of Cups to be there. You know, you obviously like mutually really cared for each other. So they do listen to music, you know, and think about you. Have my kids. I want to have a family with you. I know you'd be an amazing parent, and I dream of the day I can experience raising a family together. What do they want back in? Not a chance after all that crap. My God. Been to hell and back. I'm tired. What on earth? Have you ever had one of them breakups where you're like, I literally could not do that twice in a lifetime? Like, it'd be the end of me. Like, the emotion, the raw emotion, the loneliness, the darkness. Oh my God. It's like, oh, especially if it's like, oh, going into winter and it's just so dark and cold and depressing. And certain relationships, when they've been very significant ones, you know, it's hard. It's one foot in front of the other. Like, you feel so fucking depressed for months. And you're like, why am I bothering to eat? Why am I bothering to exercise? Why am I like bothering to get up in the morning? It's fucking hard. Like, this looks like it was fucking hard, or it is hard. And to come out the other side and actually start to feel better, and then be like, oh, do you know what? I've been listening to some music. Why don't you have my kids? It's pissing me off. Actually pissing me off, like, so bad. Because you don't get 6 of cups if it's like, you know, not got to that stage where you basically were headed for marriage kind of thing, or, you know, it's looking like 2 or 3 years minimum of like being in a proper relationship. Lives like conjoined, you know, like two halves of something. And you've come like this far, and you're looking really good, and you're clearly single, and you're clearly looking good doing it, and you've healed, and it's like you've literally been reborn. It's like, I'm tired now. I am tired now. So some breakups you can't do twice in a lifetime. Like, you just can't. There's not a chance you could feel all that heaviness for that period of time, that length of time again. Like, no. No. Let's get more message cards. So I've got this other deck. It's the Blunt Truth. I'm more emotional than I show. Yeah, because you know how that goes so well? Because we have that King of Swords reverse card, didn't we? Which is like someone who's, you know, very kind of like intellectualizes things. They're not thinking with their heart, they're thinking with their head. They're being strategic. They could be very, very cold in how they behave. And look how it made you feel. Like, you literally froze over. Like, you know, if you'd have burped, it would have been ice cubes at this point. Like, that is cold. That is cold. Like, they left you so out in the cold, and now they're like, oh, but I miss you and I want to have your kids. Fuck off. Like, seriously. Were you acting like cold? Like, something about them must have made them think like, oh, Aries isn't the one for me anymore. You know, it's proper triggering me because it's making me think of a breakup where like the guy said like, I've been thinking like this for like 6 months, and I just felt so shocked. I was like, are you for real? Like, I was so fucking angry when he said that because it was so hurtful. I'm just going to plug in my laptop in. And then when I went round to see him, he wouldn't not even look at me, like make eye contact. And just acted like, you know, like he was just looking through me. And just like calmly discussing like a life, completely different life to what we've been talking about. Like, it just wasn't a big deal. And I was just like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, no. Not when that person, it's in context, right? Because that person basically like very much, wanting to get a mortgage together. They were buying me things, like spoiling me on birthdays, Christmas anniversaries. It was all about the future and like, going on a pilgrimage to meet his like dad's side of the family, in another country and all this, like in that 6-month period, by the way, in that 6-month period. And like people just thought like we're getting married, and I did. And I think he did, and then he just did an about turn, and I was like, what? So, I mean, that kind of like, you literally, you would have put like money on the fact, like you would have put £1,000 on the fact that you were getting engaged like in a year's time or something, or like you're always going to be together, you're going to grow old together. Like, it's just being that conventional relationship. You don't get this kind of like shock and this warmth from things that have just always been messy. But for some reason, they went cold and they made a decision based off logic. Now, my one that did that was basically had a big financial problem and he needed someone that could afford half the mortgage. So he just went, and it was like a sledgehammer, like, decision made, like, just decided one day and then just turned off emotions, like, this is what's happening. So I feel like this person just turned off emotions one day and just went cold, and then they're like, or like emotional afterwards. I've got another message deck here. It's going to be a long one. You know what I'm like. It's time to end this darkness. Oh my God, look at that word. Reborn. What? It's time to end this darkness and be reborn. No, I'm actually freaked out. I am actually freaked out. It's on the cusp of being too freaked out. Like, there's a fine line between that's cool and that's actually freaky. Because I just got this deck out today and I've not looked at it for ages. And I was talking about things, being so depressing and so dark, and it says it's time to end this darkness. Guys, like, I am a conduit for spirit. I am a vessel. I think it's possible that this person is going to get in touch and be like, didn't mean it, or like, you know what I mean, edit undo the breakup. And I just think it could have been a while. If it hasn't been a while, it's certainly been really painfully hard to accept what they did and get over it, and you just thought it's done because the way they went so cold with you. And I just think, like, mind you, that's a message from them, isn't it? It's not advice. That's a message from them. They're definitely wanting to get back together. They're like, oh my God, Aries is my future. Meanwhile, you're like sloshing water down your back, like, I'm done. I've been reborn for ages. I got over this ages ago, you bastard. Oh, hi, Anu. Or bitch. Bastard or bitch, whoever did this, they did write a right number on you here. It's time to end this darkness and be reborn. What on earth? I can't deal with this crap, honestly. Right, let's get the messy truth, although I feel like I've been wading in it for a while. Soul come back online. Energy return, alignment, spiritual reset. You've done all this healing, you know. You've really like come through the tunnel and like you finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, starting to feel yourself again. And this person's got the cheek, the barefaced cheek to like come back. Let's see what went on then. What went on? I'm really good, thank you. I had a few days where I felt a bit like down and stuff, but then we had like a nice family like evening and we played the escape rooms card game and we had a good laugh and I actually felt really good after. But yeah, it's back to school in a few days and see, that always makes, you know, teachers and students manic depressive. And then I'd say it's been a bit quiet on the love front, which can make you feel a bit down sometimes, understandably. But so it's not like me to be like that. I'm normally happy, giggly, happy-go-lucky or whatever. Able to rise above. But yeah, I had a down few days, but I'm not feeling like that anymore. Oh. Mirror reflects your own issues. Like attracts like. This is that went really scouse. Like attracts like. This is a twin flames situation. Okay, so with twin flames, you are basically the chaser. They're the runner. They sabotage the connection. Okay, that's why I know they're the runner. Now they're looking for you and you're over there doing great. Wasn't easy. It wasn't easy to do that, but you're over there looking great and they're like, what did I just do? I just sabotaged like a perfectly good connection. Someone who's compassionate, someone who's successful, someone who's beautiful or handsome, someone who has healthy attachment. I just sabotaged it. So I wouldn't even say that this is in the early days of a twin flames because we can see there has been a relationship. But either way, there's been some sort of significant parting of the ways here. And they are like full of like, oh my God, like and like my future is with Aries. So it's making me like just gasp because it's like, oh my God, let's get a twin flames card. I'm gonna have to rush to the loo when I've done the Aries reading. That'll teach me to guzzle coffee like that. Our paths will always reunite. Feel like if you're a chaser and you learn not to chase, you probably have to do a lot of work on yourself to think, who am I? What do I want? I'm going to have an eat, pray, love year. I'm going to, you know, be the best version of myself that I can possibly be. I'm not going to be codependent. I'm not going to be someone that just rushes into another relationship. I want to really think about what went on here. you know, have some time, like, being by myself, like 6 months or a year. Like, yeah, I've had to do that so many times in my life. Like, I'm very independent now. I'm not saying it's easy to be by yourself. That's not the message, because it's not. I live with my parents, but you know what I mean? I've got my hobbies, I travel, like, I love seeing friends and family. Like, no one brings me any drama out of, like, any of those people. And I got my business, and, like, you know, got my full-time job. I got my pottery. Like, I got so much. Like, I have such a rounded life, such a full life. Like, I'm doing things I've always wanted to do, like seeing the Dali Triangle. I love Salvador Dali. I love painting. I know who I am. I'm 41 years old. I know who I am. But it's taken me so many years of, like, going through the darkness by myself after a breakup, because what I pictured was my life with that person and what that would look like. And I didn't really have a huge sense of who I was. I had some sense of that. But boy, it's tough. Like, it's tough, like, when someone erases, like, the future that you two had planned together. You know, they came and drew it all out for you. They came and drew it all out. They spent ages, they spent years drawing it all out to refine detail, to then just erase it one day. And it's hard. It's really hard to get through that. So if you're someone that's just always felt really strongly that you would do anything for a partner and you just want the relationship, you know, the chaser, you may be learning to be more confident in yourself. You're learning that you can hit really tough times and come back from it. It's that kind of, what I mean is, like, that self-sufficiency, finding strength within oneself to get up and go to work. You know, to turn off the radio if the love songs are, like, really striking a nerve, just turn it all off. You know, but keep going, keep studying, keep, you know, eating, keep exercising, keep going. Plan things for yourself, like, because you cannot depend on other people to be your stability. You can't, not in relationships, because that person you think is never going anywhere one day walks out the door and doesn't come back, or sits you down, has a conversation with you, or sends you a text message to say, do you know what I mean? I'm not getting down on relationships, because I'm sure some people find the one early on, but most of us, you know, I'm at the age where my friends have been married and they're all getting divorced. So, like, I've been single all the way through. I have had relationships, but it's like, I've definitely had to do a lot of what you're doing now, Aries, like, learning not to just obsess over relationships, like, know who I am outside of relationships. Because when you're in your 20s, you tend to identify yourself as, like, well, this is my boyfriend, or this is my girlfriend, and this is us, you know, and you don't necessarily have, you know, as much established. Of course you do sometimes, but in a twin flames dynamic, both of you have lessons to learn. It's not just the person who's always running away from a solid connection because they're terrified of losing people. They don't allow themselves to, you know, they tend to sabotage it before it can go wrong because there's some kind of trauma. And the juicy bit is, we're going to look at that, but it's a lesson for you as well to, like, you maybe you're supposed to develop your sense of self outside of relationships. Let's continue to clarify. God, that was the first clarifier. Oh, I want to use the bathroom. Can you use the bathroom for me? Very red beards, making me jealous that you can go to the bathroom. Reciprocal learn to navigate boundaries with grace, mastering the art of give and take in harmony. Is it really dark in here? Let me just put another light on. It goes dark like really quickly now, doesn't it? Now, that one was that one. Let's get this one. Let's get what lies beneath. I need the toilet. You're Sri Lankan. Can you tell me about my next job? I do like personal readings that are business, education, finance readings, but I don't answer questions in the chat. Like, you'd have to book a personal reading. They're £25. Doing drugs? Oh my god, someone's spiraling like big style. I hate nothing about you. Why is this person obsessed? They're like obsessed with you, Aries. Like, do you know, like, some people are like, some people are, let me just write a note to this person. You can buy a personal finance reading. What was I saying? I can't remember what I was saying now. Oh yeah. Have you ever had someone that's been on such a, like so conceited, so full of themselves, and they're like, oh, I've got a plan, and this is my schedule, and I need to, like, you know, over the next 5 or 10 years, this is what I'm going to be doing, and you're holding me back. Or like, this is what this like guy said to me, you're holding me back, you're taking too long to like have enough money to pay half the mortgage. Even though he got a house before meeting me, no one told him to do that except for his narcissistic mother, right? So he got the house with his best friend. His best friend couldn't afford it, so he's trying to rush me into like getting on it. And I was like, no fucking way, you can't afford it. I actually can't afford it. Like, but he never told me that that was the reason that he wanted me to be on the mortgage. Just like, oh, I just want our relationship to go to the next level. So then he breaks up with me. After about like a year after like bringing that up. or probably like 6 months after bringing that up. And then he did seem to go through. He wasn't with anyone straight away after. It was like a year and a half, because he was definitely in love with me still. But it's like he just intellectualized it and just went, this is a square peg, this is a circle peg, and that isn't going to fit in there because I've got a plan. And I was like, well, we can get we can get a flat and rent it, and your sister can move, and we can do this and that, and we can be together, but you won't have the house, kind of thing. And it was like he was just like, no, this is my plan, so I'll change the people. And it's like, how is that healthy though? If we're already in love and we already know that we want to be together, why would you change the person and keep the property? He hadn't done a lot to the house. It was estate still. But it was just the plan. Do you know what I mean? And it's just we change the people. It's just that easy to just change people in and out of our lives. He does have issues. Obviously, you would have to be able to just do that to people. But I actually think he hurt himself by doing that. I think he was being operated by his mum. But I'm talking about that because this says, I hate nothing about you. And it says doing drugs, and he proper spiraled afterwards, just going out drinking, and his friends were just we'll just get you really drunk and it'll be all right. And I think it just makes it worse. I honestly think that just makes it worse. And some people just can't, they think they're doing something for a perfectly good reason. Well, I'll break up with Jem because, then I get to stick to the plan. And then it's well, you've just ended a relationship with someone that was a keeper, so of course you're gonna spiral, aren't you? Bastard. That I hope this channel doesn't get too big, because I'm gonna have a lot of people why are you talking about our past? Whatever, man. True stories on here. They're true stories. Someone was like, why are you making up stories? And I'm like, it's not. This shit actually happened to me. Is it Sneha? Tanvi, feelings for Sneha. You watch your sign or the sign of Tanvi. Yeah, so I'm doing Aries right now, and then I'll do Taurus. So you need to watch the zodiac sign, your sun sign or Tanvi's sun sign, because these are collective readings. I don't answer questions. Does that make sense? You can buy a personal reading, but I won't answer it in this live. You have to email me. They're £25 for a personal reading. Okay. To be honest, if you watch your zodiac sign, it should resonate. But people just like to have a personal reading. Broken mirror. I hope that makes sense. What's your zodiac sign? We've got contemplation, yes or no, unsure, choices, decisions, egg on their face. That's it. That's what I was talking about, guys. Ashamed, backfired. All this ego of oh, I'm just going off to be amazing. It didn't go like that. It really didn't go like that for him. But it made me feel like shit because we were young. Look at this. Make it rain, manifest in abundance. Legal matters in your favour, unexpected money, promotion, entrepreneur. So they might have had these grand ideas about, what their life's going to be like. And that's why they, what he said to me was like, oh, I had a dream that like we were in a car and you drove me off the side of like a cliff or off the side of a mountain, or you like took me off course for like where I want my life to be. And I thought, that's horrible. Like, do you understand why I have to do like this tarot channel to like heal from the shite that person like said? I was just like horrified. I was just like, that's so insulting. I wasn't laughing at the time. It was fucking horrendous. But it's like I'm laughing now because it's like 20 years later. Do you know what I mean? Hi, I don't answer questions in the chat, like personal questions. I read for each zodiac sign. Tonight I'm doing Aries and then Taurus. So you need to watch your sign or the sign of your person. What's this one? The unspoken truth. Losing you taught me love isn't about possession. It's like people tell you what you want to hear, or, you know, they keep coming back like a bad penny and getting in touch, or, you know, they try to have both. They're like, you know what he said to me, like, well, maybe in a couple of years. And I'm like, in a couple of years, I won't have these feelings for you because you'll have hurt me so much by breaking up with me now that I'll have to heal. I'll have to, like, do all this shit to, like, recover and get over you and get used to being by myself. And then I won't have these feelings for you anymore. Like, this is really hurtful, like, what you're doing. And it's like he just thought, like, oh, well, I'll try, you know, life without Jen and then we'll just bob back in a couple of years' time, pick up where we left off. You know, if she's still, like, available or whatever. It's like, that is not happening, like, at all, ever. The hell? Losing you taught me love isn't about possession. That tends to happen. This card comes out so much, you know, like, more than any of the other cards in that unspoken truth deck. People just take other people for granted and they just think, I've got you, like, wrapped around my little finger, and I'll keep you on the side, or I'll reserve you for, like, later on. And it's like, it's not happening. That isn't how it works. Do you know what I mean? That's being selfish and trying to make everything work out for you, when what you actually need to do is fully commit to someone, isn't it? See, this person with that King of Swords is unusual to come out, you know. That is when someone had a plan all along. And, like, the way I found out afterwards that my person, who shall not be named, but if anyone knows me, they'll know who it is, they had a plan all along. It came across really romantic. You know what I mean? And I don't doubt that he wasn't in love with me. But there was reasons why he was so, you know, for, like, the relationship. But then it was so easy for him to just end it. It was so easy for him to just end it. Like that, like, lights out, emotions gone. When it wasn't serving its, like, purpose and it wasn't going the way that he needed it to for, you know, 3D reasons like property or whatever. It was like a light going out, and my mum said to me, she was like, well, you know what he's capable of now. Because I just could not believe it, you know, when you're, like, in your 20s and you're like, no, this person proper, like, is in love with me, like, they think I'm amazing, like, they think the sun shines out on me, they're never going to leave me, you know, they want to provide for me, like, they think I'm beautiful, they think I'm a good person, we're going to be together forever, because they're telling me that. So it's like, why wouldn't you believe that? You know, and then you just, like, have the Disney taken out of you, you know, like the sparkle goes from your eyes, and you never quite like that ever again. You never quite like that ever again, because you see what the world's really like when people turn on you like that. You've not done anything wrong. A few more years and I would have had the money for that. But why, you know, he's got this agenda of like, well, I need to pay for this house that I've already got. You know, and it's like, well, no one told you to get that except for your mum, did they? So, how am I like the Ursula in this situation? Like, I really don't understand. Anyway, I continue to try to get over it. 20 years later. What I'm going to do is, because this is a twin flames situation, I talk about my own things that I've been through because I'm trying to basically like empathise with you, and I know that this is really hard if this is resonating. Trust me, I remember it like it was yesterday. I'm going to get this part of me deck. We've already had messages. We know their intention is to come back. They hold you up on a pedestal, okay? They're like, why the F did I like finish that with that person? I want to come back in. You know, somehow they're able to see you, Aries, see you doing well, looking good, being financially, you know, independent and feeling yourself, and they're like, oh, that's so attractive. And it's like, well, yeah, but like, no thanks to you. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to get a card. This is going to be quite heavy, what comes out of here. It's not like cute or anything. It's like, it could be quite, I don't know. I'm going to do a trigger warning because this is to do with like things that are a part of you that you're not necessarily comfortable with. So I'm just, if you like, I don't like heavy stuff, don't watch it, okay? Just click off it or something. But I'm going to get one for you and one for them. Because it says a mirror needs to be held up here and you both need to learn a lesson. Pleaser wins approval by prioritising others' needs. Okay, so this is your card. You can be a people pleaser. And that's not always a good thing. Okay, so you might go along with stuff because you know, it's what somebody else wants, or you might feel upset or offended by something and then not really be assertive to kind of be like, well, I'm not okay with you saying that or whatever. That doesn't really happen to me when I'm mad as hell at someone in a relationship, but generally the relationship ends by the time I got to that point. Do you know what I mean? So that's for you. Let's get one for them. Don't worry, they'll get their one. Hope holder sees possibility even in darkness. Okay, so this is someone who is just like, do you know what? It's another train wreck, but I just keep on going. I just keep going and I never look back. They just think their happiness is just waiting for them, just no matter what they do to fuck up. Yeah, that's dangerous. That's really dangerous. To think that you can, you know, just plough through a field where there's seeds that have been sown, and, you know, you've got a little like, what do you call them when it's like the plants just started growing, like it's really small? Yeah, like seedlings. You've got like things that just really need cultivating, and you need to foster like the right environment for things to like grow stronger and, you know, be a bit like nurturing and protective. To just plough through that with a 4x4 and just tear shit up and then be like, well, I just found another field where, you know, that's already in place. Like, that is kind of a very dangerous attitude, isn't it? I mean, this person made huge mistakes, and you might have been like so kind of like, oh my god, I'm so lucky that this person wants to be with me. Like, they're just a gift. Like, I'm so lucky. And you might have like I literally hero worshipped like this guy, because that's part of the problem. Is like, when you're younger, you just think relationships are like the be all and end all. And like, he was like someone like worth being with, but no one is like, some of the things that he used to do that were unhealthy, right? So like, because his mum's like narcissistic, she would like put him down and stuff, so he was like putting me down. See, that's where that kind of attitude's very dangerous. And if you've got a bit of a low self-esteem, or you're a bit insecure because you don't earn that much money, or like you're not really confident in like how well you're going to do in the future either, like, that's really dangerous. You could overgive, or you could put up with stuff. So you see, like, it's very important to work on yourself and become financially independent, to, you know, to look good doing it, and to know your worth. But when you've done all of that, why would you then take someone back who it took that much to get over them and to work on yourself, that you're not really that same person anymore? To me, like, this is a long time ago, I'm talking about, my thing happened, but it's whether you want to, have they changed? Like, have they become someone that is reflective and knows they screwed up massive? Like, I would want to spend time with that person to see like who they are now, like who are they these days, because maybe this is far more recent for you. Well, if they're able to just cut and run just like that, and hurt themselves by doing so, but also hurt everyone else by doing so, is that something you really want back in? It's up to you, isn't it? Let's get yeah, what's the karmic lesson here? Stepping into your purpose, your soul has a mission. That's what I'm saying. Like, out of this horrible event comes the biggest lesson, the most valuable lesson, probably for the rest of your life. Okay, that incident, that's the hardest thing I've ever personally had to do, because I've had breakups since, and I've had, I believe, things that were almost as hard but not as hard, because I was older, because I had more confidence in myself. But I would say the relationship that was far more recent was like a bigger loss. But how I perceived this when I was younger, it felt worse, because I didn't have as much confidence in who I am. And I would say the relationship was highly flawed, but I just didn't view it like that. I just thought it was like a Disney prince that couldn't do any wrong. This is going to be the making of you. I'm sorry this has turned into like the longest reading ever. I need to hurry up, but this is going to be the making of you, having to get over this. And I don't know if this is someone that's supposed to come back into your life, but I do know that you will have both learnt lessons from it. Let's get you a crystal. Oh, I can't pronounce that. Chrysocolla? What is it? I've never had that one come out. That's what it looks like. Chrysocolla forms near copper ore deposits, hence its wavy blue-green swirls left behind by the oxidised metal. Like other materials associated with copper, think telephone wires, chrysocolla opens up channels of clear communication. Who needs it? Anyone entangled in the 24/7 fear cycle propagated by the politico-media complex, those who can never find the right words. Oh my God, and we've got people pleaser for you. Where to put it, hold it to your high heart and breathe. I won't put the creepy card up again. When to use it? When you feel small and vulnerable and you're looking for someone to parent you, but then you remember that you are a grown-up, but it's cool because you totally got this. Be your own mama. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm sorry, that reading, that is that's worth about £100, that reading. That was amazing. Like, come on guys, it's worth it. It's worth hanging around for. Right, what I'm gonna do is, I've got too many decks here. Let's get this final one, because I went on about it at the beginning, and I'll get you a timing for, if you want to hear from this person, I'll get you one. If you want a timing for new love, I'll get you one of them as well. Oh yeah, I'm going to have to go to the lab as well. Cultivate inner peace. Okay? Cultivate inner peace. You are becoming someone who knows what they want, someone who knows their worth, someone who's going to tell someone all about themselves. Trust me, I told him all about himself. I told him all about himself when he said that 6 months comment. I was like, right, sunshine, you having this. The boxing gloves came on. Verbal ones. I did not let myself down. I spoke in a very controlled manner, but it will have definitely like hit home. I don't allow myself to say something that's, could have hurt him a lot worse, but I didn't. Like when you know someone better than they know themselves. We were like that with each other, and I could have said all kinds of shit that would have been really below the belt though, so I didn't. I kept it like it was a light touch compared to what I could have, do you know what I mean? But I would have had to live with that myself, and I think I would have just died from the guilt, of saying such harsh things. Like, it's not okay, so. Distract yourself from the waiting game. So that's the card for hearing from them. What about new love? To be fair, this person, the messages from them is that, they want you to have their kids. The way they view you is like you're the shit and all this. But I don't see like communication, kind of action in the outcome. So it could be a while. If they may just be like, they may have seen you somewhere or seen photos of you and thought, wow, like, how people like sometimes have a little snoop, like, it doesn't matter how many years it's been, they think, oh, I wonder how that person's doing, they have a little snoop. Could be a really long time. or it could be more recent, but you're looking really good, Aries, so. And very, very independent, financially independent. So new love, we've got a few cards that have come out. Oh my God, within a couple of days, December, divine timing is at play. See, I do think you're meant to be with someone else, you know, in the nearest future. You've got in the nearest future within a couple of days, because, come on, like, someone who's looking like this, is just going to get noticed, right? There's not a chance they're not going to get noticed by all kinds of people, so be careful. But you're in a perfect position, like, you are relationship material. Right, I'm going to conclude your reading, Aries. Please give me a like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, support the channel, hype me up, drop me a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. If you want a personal reading, if you're like, oh my God, I like her style, maybe not an hour and a half long reading, but, you know, I want messages, I want to know it's my person to me, I want timings that's like, you know, it's not a collective read, it's my read. You can email me at jen3585@gmail.com. You can go to my website, that's where the email address is. You can see the testimonials. I've done way more readings than that, but that's just like a selection of testimonials of how people found my readings to be, how much they enjoyed them, and you can see my other platforms, follow me on other platforms. You can also direct message me on Instagram or TikTok. Basically, I will, as soon as I receive payment from you, you send me £25 by, you know, electronic payment or PayPal. As soon as I receive payment, I film it, I upload it onto YouTube, unlisted, and then yeah, send you the link to it, and you can watch it as many times as you want to. It usually goes over half an hour. It's normally more like 45 minutes, or it can be an hour. So £25 is like a bargain, really. I do general readings, I do finance readings. It doesn't have to be love. Most people want love. Sometimes people buy like one of each, you know, knock yourself out. Well, yeah, basically you just get in touch with me and say, I'd like a reading, and I'll tell you what to do. We are going to do Taurus next. I need to go to the bathroom. Like, I've got toilet envy, so I need to go to the toilet. And then let's see what comes out for Taurus. Oh my God, that was a mega reading, that one. Like an hour and a half. I don't know what's going on with me. I was like putting off coming on as well. But that just shows you how much I love tarot. Okay, once I started doing it, I'm like, I'm all in. I'm invested, I'm all in. We're doing a deep dive. We were meant to be dipping our toes in the water, and we did a deep dive instead. I go from not wanting to get my hair wet to get my paddy licence. Paddy certified. I need some sort of, I don't want them flashing lights, because I can't make them, there's supposed to be a setting where they stay still. And then someone said, oh, you know, it's hard to watch the video, which I agree. It was hard for me, like, when they start flashing, but I'm not setting it to that. It just does its own thing. But I feel like it's a bit dark in this corner now, so I'm gonna have to have a little think. Might need a lamp or... I don't know. I do not know. I think... Oh, I tell you what I could have. Oh, this is an excuse to shop now. You know, one of them like quite tall freestanding lamps that go in the corner if I pull the desk out a little bit. Because it needs to be, I don't think a little thing is going to do it. It needs to be like a tall. I might be shopping later. It's just a bit dark in this corner. But I'm not putting the big light on. I'm not having it. Do you remember that on Peter Kay? The big light. Right, Taurus, I am going to be back momentarily. I need to go to the bathroom. Oh, I should have typed something in the chat. I'm back. For personal readings, email me or... Yeah, it's way too dark over here. Okay, let's see what's going on for Taurus. The bull, element earth, reliable, patient and practical. Ruling planet Venus, equality, fixed sign. Reliable, patient, practical. That's so me. That's so me. That's not the right way, is it? Let's do one more shuffle. Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Taurus's highest good. How is Taurus feeling in this final week of August 2026 with regards to the one they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards for how Taurus is feeling first of all, please. Okay, let's have a look. We've got a combination, the solar eclipse and the 9 of Pentacles. So, some of these cards actually came out in the Aries reading. Okay, Taurus. So, you may want to watch the Aries reading as well. So the solar eclipse, something's blocking the sun here. So something was blocking your happiness. But look, you are the 9 of Pentacles, okay? You are independent, you are financially abundant. So go off. Shine bright. You haven't got that much to be crying about. Don't be such a soppy sop. Let's get a couple more cards for you, Taurus. How you're feeling. Ooh, the Ace of Swords. So this is a major truth, a major revelation, major clarity, or a confession. Something's become clear, or you're going to confess something. What is it? Is it the realization that life is good? It's just how you're perceiving things. It's mad, isn't it, how much your mind can like be the master of you? Because I literally walked into my room the other day and I thought, this is fucking beautiful. like I can create a beautiful life. I have a beautiful life. Like I was in Barcelona, I was like, I love my life. And I have those feelings quite like readily and frequently, but I just had the biggest downer like for a couple of days, and I'm never like that, and I could not pull myself out of it. And it's just madness, isn't it? Because nothing's changed at all, but my mood was so low, like it was so bad. And yet all the variables are exactly the same. The situation, the circumstances remain how they were before, but you can feel so bad. So like something was like dimming your light, you know, like look at all that sun that should have been shining on you, you're so abundant, and something was blocking that. And I don't know what this clarity is, or this you know. The Hierophant, your major arcana in the upright. Now, we don't often get this. Do we? We don't often get this. When it's the major arcana for the sign that I'm reading, and it's upright, this is like someone like really feeling themselves, like feeling good, doing well, like, and actually like, you know, sitting with that. Because I don't know about other Taurians, but I'm always like getting myself a bit like too far. I'm always projecting too far into the future. Like it's always, what's the next 5 years going to look like, the next 10 years, the next 20 years. I'm always living in the future like that. I can get myself grounded. I don't know if it's because I'm Libra moon and that makes me a huge thinker and very analytical and stuff. And I can ruminate on stuff if I feel like something was unfair, because that scales of justice vibe. But I'm always, like, it's always way into the future. And so I am always focused on the next goal, and I don't really sit and go, do you know, well done. Like, well done. I find that really difficult, but you know, Taurus, at the moment you're feeling yourself okay, and I don't know if it's how you look or I'll tell you personally, I'm not loving like my confidence and like how I look at the moment. It's up and down, but people are loving my energy, and work's doing really well. So that middle one, like people being drawn to your kind of personality and your energy, and they just like who you are, that's worth a lot. That counts for a lot. That, you know, that's nice to hear that all the time, and like have people want to spend time with you and stuff. Like, I really value that. So I don't know which of those three things it is for you, whether it's what you're looking like or your abundance, or, you know, you like who you are, like as a person, and other people are drawn to that. But you are literally surrounded by an abundant garden there, full of like blooming flowers, the sun's shining. Yeah, it's like you're in you know, you have like a sunroom or an orangery, or, you know, some kind of beautiful like greenhouse, or everything's just thriving. Like, everything is good in that picture. And I think you've made some really solid success for yourself, some solid peace for yourself, and some really good allies, and some really good, like, a happy situation for yourself. And I'm enjoying like sitting in this energy, because this card never comes out for you guys. If it comes out like reverse, like, well, that was dumb, why did I do that? You know, like very berating. Because maybe we've been a hopeless romantic, or we've thrown caution to the wind, or, you know, we're ruled by Venus, you know, like goddess of love and beauty. So we can be a hopeless romantic, or we can be someone that's loyal to a fault, or we can be someone who what was the other thing? Someone who overindulges in terms of, like, you know, food or sex, or like if someone looks really gorgeous, we're probably going to go towards it. Like, we're very much about aesthetics when it comes to how we make our homes, you know, what people we want to go out with, what people we like to be around. Come on, like, we're very much about aesthetics, aren't we? So sometimes we get ourselves into trouble. But it's upright. So I know the Hierophant's a teacher and the Hierophant's sensible, but I just feel like when the sign's own major arcana is upright, it's just like you're feeling good, you feel like your self-worth is high in general. You know, how you view yourself and how you feel about your situation in life and everything, feel like it's pretty good. And what I was saying, you don't normally get like Ace of Swords and shit like that either. Like, I think although you are practical and pragmatic, you do like probably worry a fair bit. So, and I think you do see things clearly, and I think that's probably why you're very aware of everything all the time. But here, it's like you suddenly realised, like it's not a bad situation that you're in at all. Something appeared like it was like dimming your light, or you let something dim your light, and now you're like, I don't feel like that anymore, like I feel abundant, I feel lucky, I feel intelligent, I feel like I was thinking today, like, oh, I'm like lazy because I don't want to go back to school. And it's like, no, like, think about how hard you worked while you were at school. Like, I don't understand why I feel that way, because I've literally worked most of my summer as well. But it's just weird. You see how, like, my mind works. So it's quite possible for someone like me to view things in a negative way when actually my situation's very good, or to put myself down when actually I'm doing great, I'm looking great, I'm a great person. It's quite easy for me to do that. So I just feel like the way you perceived your situation is now very different. You suddenly realise, like, you're actually in a really good position. I'm not answering questions in the chat, but I don't mind doing personal readings if you email me. But you have to pay £25. I don't work for free. I'm just hiding the questions because people see them and then they copy, thinking like that's what we're doing, and it's not. Hi Nutan. Hi Sinena. Please watch your zodiac sign, okay? Personal readings have to be paid for if you want personal questions answered. What have we got here? So this is the person that's showing up for you, Taurus. The Magician upright and the Page of Wands reversed. That's a pretty weird one, because let's talk about each card with the back one first. The Magician's upright. So this is someone who, they're like, what do I want for myself? Okay. Out of everything, you see how we've got like a meteor here, like a shooting star. Out of everything in the whole wide world, if this person could dream for something, it's you, Taurus. Look like how they're making this flower bloom without it being in soil or sand. Okay, it has no substrate, but they are creating, like, they're doing magic. Okay, it's the Magician. They know what they want. They've wished upon a star, but they're not just kind of wishing for something that they think is never going to happen in a million years. They're using the tools. They have the tools to succeed. They have the patience, the knowledge, the understanding, the strategy, the planning, the research. Yeah, that, like, King or Queen of Swords energy, Ace of Swords energy. They've got the ambition, the motivation, the drive, the passion, the ego, that kind of like Ace of Wands energy, King and Queen of Wands energy. They've got the practical approach, the financial backing. They've got their ducks in a row in their lives. They feel like they can, move forwards with this. Like they're in a good position in the 3D reality. That King and Queen of Pentacles energy, that Ace of Pentacles energy. They're prepared to put increments of time, money, and energy into something to grow it, to expand it, to give it longevity. The Ace of, what have I missed? The Ace of Cups. Okay, so King and Queen of Cups, like compassion, empathy, forgiveness, calm, like temperance. Like this person has all 4 aces. They have all the tools to succeed, okay? They're not just going to think about what they would like things to be like. They're going to make it so. They are the magician. The Page of Wands upright is like a new love. Because a page is someone who's very naive, they're innocent, they haven't walked this journey before. They have no preconceived ideas about how this is going to go. They're excited with that fire energy. They're just excited, okay? They're naively optimistic. There's nothing holding them back. With an Ace of Wands, I see that as a rebirth, like someone wants a do-over with an existing connection, because aces are something we've actively tried to manifest. With a Page of Wands, it's like we're not that invested in it, really. It's just like, oh, this might be quite nice to go on a date with this person, or to start dating this person. Don't know what it's going to be like. You already know what it's going to be like if it's an Ace of Wands, because you've dated that person before, or you've had a relationship with that person before, or it didn't get to, maybe it's something in the dark, but you've been down that road with that person before. Why is the Page of Wands reversed? So I think the Magician's trying to make this go upright, like they want, or they're fending off new love because they want to be with you, like to be back with you. This is their feelings, okay? They're trying to manifest a future with you. Manifest you back into their life. Maybe they don't want to go on to somebody new. Maybe that's why the Page of Wands is reversed. Or maybe they want a do-over, and they're trying to make this upright. So let's see. I tell you what, I barely ever get the Magician card, and if I have it, it's normally in the outcome for quite a depressing reason. It's reversed. So it's really nice. Let's get a couple more for whoever this is. Hi Christina, we've had 4 mods in today. We're just on Taurus. The midday sun's reversed. Now, in this deck, which is the beautiful Solar Kingdom deck, I'll link it because it's really, really nice. But if you think about relationships, the longevity of a relationship, like the sun rises in the east and it starts off low down, doesn't it, as it approaches like above the horizon. So you've got the sun rising, when it gets to its highest point, that's the midday sun. So that's when the relationship is at its peak. And then it drops as it gets to the end of the relationship and we approach like a breakup or the more recent experience of the relationship. The sun drops down, back towards the horizon, doesn't it? Like, and it sets in the west. So, the midday sun was like the high point of the relationship, or when things were at their best. It's a card that's very, very happy. And I think this person, maybe they feel like really unhappy, and they're thinking about what things used to be like. I mean, the sun's going to rise again, isn't it? If we have a do-over, the sun's going to rise again. And rise again in the east and set in the west again. It's going to keep coming around. That's what this person's trying to manifest with this shooting star. Maybe you are the new love because you're showing up as a single person, someone who is the Nine of Pentacles. So you're showing up as a single person. This person is trying to manifest a brand new, journey for themselves. But they could be someone that, the relationship has never been a proper relationship. It's been stifled or stunted, by something early on. Oh, I don't want that deck, this one. It's never become a proper relationship, something like that. They've got the Emperor reversed and the Fool reversed. That's really weird. That's really, really weird. Because the Emperor, when it's upright, is someone that's in control. They're large and in charge. It's the major arcana for Aries. You can see the ram here. A ram is like fire energy, like I am in control. I delegate tasks down to my team. I am like the CEO of my company. I am the leader of this realm. I am like the emperor. I have an army that's 10,000 men strong, or I have like, this huge kingdom and I plan to expand it again. Or like, this is someone who's like, they are like the director of their life. When it's reversed, the opposite of the solar plexus being, strong and active and swirling around like a cog, the opposite of that is someone who's shrinking, someone who's, hiding, or they feel really disempowered. They feel like they're not in control. Another way that you might show insecurity is not by shrinking back and being quiet and not speaking up or, taking action. Is by being overly controlling. So someone who's a control freak behaves that way because they fear a loss of control. Like that would be the worst thing ever. So they try to micromanage everything, or they try to always have the upper hand or manipulate stuff so they've got control, right? They're in control all the time. So this is insecurity. And then we've got the Fool. So the Fool, when it's upright, is Aries energy again. It's someone who's like, right, I'm ready. I'm at 0. I'm ready for 1. You know, a 1 is an ace. So that would be like the Ace of Wands, you know, or the Ace of Pentacles, or like they're ready for the start of something, the start, Ace of Cups. Ace of Swords or something like that. They're ready for, you know, a brand new beginning. And we'll just see what happens. Like, we'll just see what happens, how it turns out. They're willing to take that huge risk, that huge leap. When it's reversed, it's like, I don't want to, no, because I'm going to jump and I'm going to fall. I am going to jump and I'm going to smash my legs on the rocks at the bottom. I am going to get hurt. That's really weird though. So why have we got someone who's the Magician with the Page of Wands reversed, and then we've got the Midday Sun reversed, and the Fool and the Emperor reversed, and you're like over there looking amazing, and you've got clarity, and you're like good on your own. Well, the way that we can find out is by getting 3 outcome cards and then getting messages from them, because I can't understand that at all. Why would you be trying to be the Magician? It's like they're pushing away love because they just think it's going to end up in heartbreak. You know, it's giving like a self-sabotager. I know it's not the 3 of Wands reverse, but it's the Page of Wands reverse. Like, I don't want you, love, because everything comes to an end, everything sucks, and I'm just going to end up covered in blood, like smashing into a load of rocks if I like take a leap of faith. You know what I mean? It's like someone who's just like, what is the point of life? Like, kind of like really manic depressive. Like, the World card upright. So in the outcome, the World card is upright, and this could not be any more positive. Okay, so this is completion of a cycle, a lot of readers will say. For me, the World card, in the story of the Major Arcana, the Fool realises that better days are coming. Better days are coming. Like, sure as day becomes night, you know day is going to come again. You know day is going to happen again. You know that sun is going to rise. So dig in and shake yourself out of this like depressive mood. Like, you know, after winter comes spring, then it's going to be summer again. People will start being like all down because they're like, oh, summer's over and all this. And I don't mean like summer holidays, I mean like, you know, in the UK, because we go into this like 9 months of like cold, it can be quite like a bit grim, you know, come like October, November time. Not always. I like to throw myself into Halloween, you know, thinking about Native American Indian stuff like festival time, harvest time. I throw myself into that, and then it's Christmas, isn't it? So that can be nice. The things to keep us going, because we're in a very Scandinavian part of the world with limited light, limited hours of daylight, goes dark. People get sad. They get like winter seasonal affective disorder where they like literally get depressed, you know, and it's very common for people in Scandinavian countries to really drink a lot because it's cold and dark and it can make you really down when it's like that for long periods. Maybe this person had depression, you know, and they just thought everything sucked for a few days. I know I did. And it's not even like me to be like that. But the World card is upright, so better days are coming, okay? The glass is half full. When it's reversed, we're just still in that pessimistic frame of mind, like everything sucks and it's always going to suck. You know, when it's upright, okay, look, I feel down now. I know I'm going to not feel like this in a few days. So it's like rising above it. Better days are coming. It's going to be fine, yeah? Completion of a depressive cycle. Let's get 2 more for the outcome. Maybe you've both been feeling like that because something was blocking out that sun in your side of the spread, and they had the midday sun reversed. So do you know what I mean? Maybe you were picking up on each other's energy or something. The 10 of Cups reversed. I'm wondering if someone's had a fallout with family, or there's major unrest with family members. If it's not you, then it's going to be them, isn't it? And you might have been picking up on their energy. Or they've withdrawn from a family situation. And that's why they're feeling depressed. Or that's why there's been fallouts. Let's see, let's get one more. Because 10 of Cups is family. That's 2 people putting their lives together. 5 cups from one person, 5 cups from the other person. Look at all the babies swimming around there. Like, are they swans? They are, aren't they? So they're cygnets swimming around like everyone's happy. It's blissful, you know. Plenty of food, the sun shining on them, swimming around, like everyone's healthy, happy, abundant. It's just feeling contented, like as a family. You know, look at their necks intertwined, like they're just so contented and loyal, and look what they've made together. And then reversed, it's like the opposite of that, like disloyal, discontented, you know, frustrated, angry, not enough, you know, of anything, or withdrawing from that. Let's get a final one. So someone's got a bad situation in terms of who they live with, or who they used to live with. And it's put them in like I think might put them in a depressive, like pessimistic state. The Tower reversed. They might be trying to fix that situation. The Tower can be caused by ourselves or others. And when the Tower's reversed, we're trying to stop the Tower from falling down, and that's the landscape of someone's life completely changing. So if I cause a Tower in my relationship, I'm probably saying, look, we need to talk. I want to break up. I don't want to be with you anymore. Like, that would be a Tower moment. Or someone coming to me and saying, look, I don't want to be with you anymore. I'm so sorry. Like, you know, that would be a Tower to me. Like, the landscape of my life completely changing. How things are structured, how it looks now, would not be the case. it would be decimated. You know, like going into work and them saying, look, can I talk to you in the office? And, you know, we're really happy with you and everything, but there's no money to keep you on, or, you know, the company's been bought by external investors and they're restructuring, and I'm so sorry, but they're closing your whole division, and like, you know, 12 people are going to go and there's jobs for like 2 people. So most people are going to get made redundant and we're looking for people to volunteer. It's like that kind of major restructuring that happens because, you know, sometimes it's external factors and sometimes it's you doing it, or sometimes it's the other person in a relationship doing it. But someone doesn't want the tower to fall. They don't want... Maybe they're really worried about... Maybe they see you doing good by yourself and you're like, you know, looking at them and they're like focused on, like, you know, they're not thinking about new love. Maybe they're focused on trying to secure, you know, relationships with their children, better relationships with their children, or just not having a nightmare with people around them, like whether it's parents or an ex. Or let's get messages from them, because I'm a bit like, I'm a bit unsure, if I'm honest. I feel like that is just weird as a combination, but some people push away, some people reject new love and stifle it, and you know how you like snuff out a candle? Sometimes they snuff it out, don't they, because they're like, I don't want anything to happen right now. I don't want it. I'm so focused on making sure my kids are okay. I'm so focused on not having a nightmare with my parents, or I'm so focused on... It just feels like there's some kind of high drama to do with a family, like a living situation, or, you know, blood relatives for this person. Because you're all good over here. You're all good, do you know what I mean? So it's not you. That's their energy. Look how, like, depressing that is, with the midday sun reversed, the emperor reversed, the fool reversed. They don't want a new chapter. They don't want it, Taurus, because there's all this, like, drama going on, and this is important. Children are important. You know, parents are important. Like, the shit's important. So their mind's not really... I know we're saying all that stuff at the beginning about that, but looking at the rest, how the rest of the spread's turned out, they're not manifesting like new love right now. As of the 4th week of August, that's not what's happening. Let me get messages, okay? Because there's obviously reasons why, and that is just the energy this week, okay? There could have been some massive fallout or incident or something that's occurred that's kicked all this off, or it could just be like, I don't know, the circumstances are deteriorating somehow, you know, steadily over time, or they thought they'd be in a better position with, you know, these people on their side by now, or something like that. Right, a message from Taurus's person, please. It's on. I see you looking good and moving on. I don't care who you're talking to. I'm better. I will compete for you. Yeah, so it's someone who's like fucked off, and then they're like, but Taurus is looking really good right now, like how they look, but their personality, their success, you know, they're having fun, there's someone to be with, they're going to get snapped up, and this person doesn't like it, but they're very distracted with trying to stop, chaos on their side of things with people connected to them, that they're already, very, it's their responsibilities, it's their responsibility, but it's their heart, isn't it? It's about happiness, it's about contentedness, it's about mental health and peace, peacitude, and trying to, your home should be a sanctuary. It should be peaceful. It should be happy. It should be like when I walk into my room and go, this is beautiful and it's peaceful. I don't have arguments going on around me or people slamming doors or people crying. If I had that, that would be horrific and I would not be able to focus on anything else. So if that's what's going on in this situation, you can understand this person not really trying to manifest love right now. Do you know what I mean? You couldn't be. You could not be. You'd just be like, oh my God, I need to put everything into sorting out my immediate surroundings. But it doesn't mean that they don't get jealous at the thought of someone snapping you up. Now, I think this is a bit similar to your last reading. I think this is a bit similar. Let's get some other message cards. I know we will be together. Okay, so they do like you, they do want you, they're keeping tabs on you, and they've got... It's not anything you've done, Taurus. If this person's fucked off, it's not anything you've done. And to be honest, that's come out on other people's channels, that message. Whose channel was I watching? I think it was the Rainbow Wizard. I love her channel. She does all the signs. But her and Frankie's, is it Frankie's Tarot? Badison's sister. I think it's Frankie's Tarot. Frankie with an I. The message was, this person's immediate environment has got drama in it, it's got hostility in it, there's high drama, and they don't want to put it on you. They don't want to put that drama onto you. So they're not even thinking about relationship stuff. In fact, they could actively be not, it could be an active choice, a conscious decision not to get in touch with you for a while. But it's not because they don't like you, and it's not because they don't miss you, and it's not because they don't see you doing amazing and remember that you're amazing. It's not anything to do with that. They've got responsibilities and shit's hit the fan on their end of things, and I don't know, that could be a very dramatic thing. People's family lives vary, they do. Just because we haven't got shouting and, whatever else going on in my family home today doesn't mean that hasn't happened in the past. It's the same for everyone, and you have to focus on that when that happens. There's not a chance you're thinking about anything else, especially romance. You're just not, because it just pulls your whole world down, doesn't it? Let's get another one. I feel trapped and I don't know what to do. Oh. This person might be, if that's the case, and they're yearning to spend time with you and they know that their family or their living situation is keeping them in a depressive state, or there's high drama all the time, they do need to do something about that, really, don't they? Because their intention is to be with you. You are on their mind. They're getting jealous at the thought of anyone else snapping you up. But they feel trapped where they are. They feel trapped. There's like, this tower, like someone's like could be creating a huge fuss. Like, fuss is like understatement of the year, but we're subtle communicators in our family. Someone's kicking up a right shitstorm there, and they are kicking up a fucking shitstorm there, and they may not be aware of, like, because if you're not like openly together or you're not in a proper relationship, people don't know that they're like kicking sand over the fire that they're trying to keep stoked between you and them. They don't know they're kicking sand over that. Whatever's important to that person or people at that time is dominating, and it's putting out the fire. Like, all that water's coming down, all that rain's coming down, and it's putting out the fire that's supposed to be, stoked and burning and keeping, because this is a relationship reading, but you wouldn't fucking know it, would you? Because we've got single energy here, we've got clarity here, and like, you looking great, and then we've got this person who's just like manic depressive over here, and there's like family drama. So someone or some people attached to them are just making this person feel like completely overwhelmed. They feel trapped, and you're like a source of happiness, right? So it's not you making them feel like this. So that's very clear to them. Yeah, let's get the messy truth about this connection. Oh, Sarah's here. You're my 5th moderator tonight. You've not been in my lives for a while, have you? It's nice to see you. Broken trust, lies, cheating, promises shattered. Hi, Debash. Sorry if I've said your name wrong. I never know where to break it up. I had a little break from social media as well, Sarah. Like, it was doing my head in, just getting into stupid arguments with people. I thought Facebook was toxic, but I've realised that it's me. Because I went to TikTok and started doing the same thing. Tell me how I should pronounce your name, or which bit is your first name out of your username. I never know where to break things up. I am the toxic person, I'm telling you. I've learnt stuff about myself. God, it's so dark in here. I'm going to buy a lamp after this, honestly. Broken trust, lies, cheating, promises shattered. So the messy truth about this connection, you and them, is that you just like don't feel like you can trust this person, and that was causing this like solar eclipse, where something's just always like dimming this relationship. It's got a chokehold on it. It's getting stifled. It's getting the candles getting snuffed out. The fires, you know, like getting like sand kicked over it all the time. It's to do with drama on their end. 100%. Okay, let's... Is it debashery or debash or... Please tell me like the right way to say it. It's just because I feel like a knob if I can't do it. I feel like I've let you down. Demanding, unrealistic expectations, high maintenance, diva. So someone's very demanding. Or viewed to be very demanding in this relationship, or has high expectations, or it's, you know, putting a bit of pressure on this person. I think that's a bit unfair, really, but I might be biased. Debashery. Okay. Oh, God. Sarah, that's horrendous. Don't, because that's my worst nightmare, honestly. I may or may not have done a drive-by. To check up, and the car was on the drive, but like that is just like the thing everyone worries about, isn't it? How did you find out? We need a chat. We need to chat separate from here. Resembling ruins, from shattered pieces, gather strength to rebuild what was once broken. Reassembling ruins, from shattered pieces, gather strength to rebuild what was once broken. Yeah, it's like someone just they can't do both. Like, they can't maintain what they've got with you and put out the fire, like, their side. They can't do both. Like, it's too much. So they are bothered. They do get jealous and they want to be with you, but there's some kind of overwhelming drama there, and where it's like, boom, like, deal with that then. Do you know what I mean? It's something really dramatic. I mean, like, really fucking dramatic, like furniture being flung around, like, bad. Punches being thrown bad. Like, I'm not talking like, you know, small stuff. I'm talking like end of days, like drama bad. Oh. Yeah. If a couple of my friends lived closer, I'm telling you now, we would have been cruising together. Knowing they fucked up. Destroyed, shattered, broken, completely ruined. Bloody hell. This person knows, they know that it's their cross to bear. It's stuff on their side that's like dimming the light on this relationship. It's literally preventing you from being together. They feel trapped. They feel trapped, and it's creating like a mess. Fucking hell. I'm gonna have to WhatsApp you, Sarah, because I'll say too much on here. Get myself arrested. Yeah, let's do broken mirror. Message, communication, conversation, expressing feelings. There's going to be some sort of apology. And you're going to be like, oh my God, it's like a washing machine cycle. It's just round and round and round and round. Like, could have called it, could have predicted it. It keeps happening. But they are actually sorry. Like, they are actually sorry. It's not something they can really control, you know, because towers are like the whole landscape of someone's life changing, and it's to do with other people in their immediate environment. I'll WhatsApp you after this. I keep stepping towards you only to pull away again. Exactly that. There's something behind your eyes. What are you hiding? Ooh. Sarah's come in. Sarah's come in and it's just telling her story and my story. Oh, God. Right. My pants are squeaking on the leather. That's what she said. Right, I need to stop it. What's the karmic lesson? Evolving beyond the past, you are not who you once were. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the parts of me deck, and I'm going to get a card first for you, Taurus, and then one for your person. This is this is something that's going to tell you something about yourself, and it could be a bit triggering. Okay, it's not like particularly nice stuff. It's like telling you the truth about yourself kind of thing. So if you're like, oh, I can't handle that right now, I'm just letting you know so you can click off. Disconnector checks out mentally or emotionally to avoid pain. Okay, so you've been disconnecting in order to cope with like the off and on of this. Okay, let's get one for them. Comfort seeker seeks quick relief through soothing or escape. I fucking love this deck, you know. This is the parts of me deck. An IFS inner system oracle deck. It's so good, guys. It's so good. Okay, so this person, you know, like how people are, it's so sad about Hayden Panettiere, isn't it? Certain people numb out their kind of deep pain with alcohol or drugs or, you know, sex. They distract themselves, you know, with porn or like basically like anything, like food, you know, just indulge in like all the sins, any and all of them. This person just like, oh my God, just, you know, just give me something so it doesn't feel like this. And then you're like, how weird is this? You're like doing the same thing. But instead they're looking for highs, yeah? You're just like detaching from your feelings in order to survive. So you're actually quite upset, Taurus, but you're probably acting like you're not. You know, which is, I wouldn't say that's any more healthy, really. You're avoiding feeling the pain of this situation. I fucking love that deck, you know. That's so interesting, because I would say between me and my person, we're usually the other way around. But I've started doing that. Because we wouldn't just be happy, would we? We wouldn't be happy if things are not going, how they're supposed to. You're not going to be happy, really. You can try to, like, be happy, and then you say, oh, I don't know why I felt down for a few days. Well, you do, actually. You do. So why are you saying that? Do you know what I mean? It's like denial much. Or you've actually just got really good at detaching and, like, stepping out the situation and, like, disassociating yourself with a situation. Because what choice have you got? Right, so evolve and beyond the past, you are not who you once were. Say how you actually feel. Or even if you're not saying to this person because you don't want to put stuff on them, you can say to other people, I feel sad because, I haven't heard from so-and-so for a long time, or I feel sad because I'm worried, like, something's going on with so-and-so, or I feel sad because I'm worried that they're lying to me, or, whatever I feel sad because, like, fill in the gap. But say how you're actually feeling, Taurus. Like, don't step out of the situation and disassociate yourself from your own emotions, because that's what you've been doing. And this person's trying to reach for, like, highs because they feel, like, unhappy as well. They feel trapped. They feel fully, like, full on trapped where they are. Whoever it is they're living with, or whoever it is they're responsible to, or whoever it is they have to talk to because, they're connected by children, or they have financial ties with them still, or legal ties with them still, or all of the above, or someone else in their life is giving them shit. They're just kind of, like, looking for highs to, like, get away from it, to just escape the feeling, but they feel really trapped. I'm sorry, but I am good at this. I am actually really good at this. But I love that deck. This is why I mix up what I use, because it's just boring if you use the same decks all the time. I don't know how people don't gouge their own eyes out from boredom when they use the same decks all the time. Honest to God. You get different messages and it's just different ideas about stuff. It's more stimulating. Right, let's get you. Could it be twin flames? If you're, like, I don't know. It feels like you've both got lessons to learn. I need to sort things out first before I can come to you. Well, yeah, that's definitely, like, the situation, isn't it? There's shit going on, big style their side. They need to sort it out. Which is why you've been parked, okay? And their focus is being, like, not on you, but they actually feel really trapped where they are. Like, they're just like, oh my God, I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. Everyone's going to be like, why has she done, like, an hour and a half for each side? Because I'm enjoying it, that's why. Stop being in a rush. That looks like Angelica, that stuff. Oh God, it's another one I can't say. Apophyllite. What it is, apophyllite acts like a teleportation device to places transcendent often sourced from enchanted India, birthplace of Tantra, Yoga, Nag Shampa. Apophyllite clears skepticism, cynicism, and logic from the spiritual path. Who needs it? Anyone looking for that ray of light. Oh, oh my God. Anyone looking for that ray of light. Okay, something is eclipsed your happiness, Taurus. And we need to sort that out. You need some apophyllite. Right, I'm going to have to source this. Me and Sarah are going to be on Temu. Getting some apophyllite. Anyone looking for that ray of light from on high to hit them with something good? Where to put it? Wherever you practice religion, meditate, channel or pray. Well, that's going to be right here, isn't it? When to use it? When the spiritual life feels like a moving target, when you feel skeptical about your true purpose on earth, when you feel like your yeah but thoughts are dishonouring the innermost you. Oh my God, that's exactly how I've been feeling. I was like manic depressive for a couple, I'm not even joking, it was like really bad. You know, and you're like, I can't get myself out of this. And you're like talking to family about it because you're like, I need to tell someone. This is probably why I felt that way. I need to get me some apophyllite. Right, keeping that there for the shopping list. A lamp and some apophyllite. We're literally getting light, and we're like metaphorically getting light. We're energetically getting light from crystals and lamps. Let's get one of these Tranquil Harmony Japandi Oracle deck messages. Trust the process of growth. Oh. It is a twin flames connection because this is helping you to grow. It doesn't feel like, comfortable, but this is a lesson for you to reach out to family and friends, and this is a lesson for them to perhaps distance themselves from family and friends. Does that make sense? See how like weird it is, how there's like a duality between this situation. There's a duality here. Why are they like the wrong way around? Weird. Trust the process of growth, guys. Okay, when is there going to be a reunion between this person and Taurus? When you're truly ready for it, Spirit saying you're not having it now. What about other love for Taurus? If they're like, I don't want them back, kind of crap. New love for Taurus. You've got within 3 months and then summertime. So 3 months from now is Christmas. Between Christmas and summer, you know, there's like a window for new love if you're just over this shit. If you're not, well, this will be ready when it's ready because it's to do with their growth on an individual level. Them realising things, them healing from stuff, them making decisions, making choices, empowering themselves. You know, they had cards that were very down, very depressive, very pessimistic, very disempowered, yeah. They could be getting checked up on or followed or spied on by all manner of people. But they feel trapped. And now it's you they want to be with, but they feel trapped on there, and there's a lot going on. So what I mean is, I think they could be around toxic people, controlling people, or one person that just makes them shrink, and feel like they're that little boy inside again, or they're that little girl inside again. Like, oh my God, how much can a parent make someone feel like that? And you could be in your 40s, you could be in your 50s, your 60s, but if they're your mum or dad, they're your mum or dad, right? They can make you feel like you're 2 years old again, or 4 years old, or 6 years old, or 10 years old, or 15 years old. They can make you feel like so small so easily. So, or kids could be unhappy, calling them out for shit, or I don't know. But there's drama. There's like, this is really bad. This is really bad. This is like someone never talking to someone ever again. If it's allowed, like, it's bad. So they feel trapped. They don't know what to do. They're getting high. It's bad. Okay. They do get jealous and think about you, and I guess you're their freedom kind of thing, But if you're like, I can't do this shit anymore because look what it's making me do, detach from my own emotions in order to cope with it. That's a coping mechanism. That's not being happy. That's detachment and disassociation, because I can't actually, it's making me feel sad, like the situation, I'm not in control of it. So you might need to do some I feels like this, I feel like that, I feel, to people that you do want to confide in, because of course it's going to make you feel unhappy. Have I done everything? I should fucking hope so. We've probably done like 2 hours for Taurus now. Trust the process of growth, evolving beyond the past. I need to sort things out first before I can come to you. It's going to happen when you're truly ready for it. I know we'll be together. I feel trapped. I don't know what to do. Yeah, they've got stuff to sort out on their end. And if you're over it, Taurus, between Christmas and summer, in fact, that says within 3 months, doesn't it? So it could be even sooner. So it's up to you, Taurus. Maybe you will end up getting involved with someone else and then coming back to this. I don't know. But you can't have them if they're not, if they're like embroiled in all this crap. Not yet, anyway. Right, I hope you enjoyed that reading. Please give it a like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, support the channel. Hype me up, drop me a comment, and I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow I will do Gemini and Cancer. If you would like a personal reading, you can go to my brand new website. It's www.sevenchakrastarot.com. You can have a look at testimonials from my clients. You can find my email address. You can watch videos from other platforms. Connect with me on Instagram. You just have to contact me and I will tell you what to do if you want a personal reading, okay? Payment is by PayPal or electronic, bank transfer. It's £25. And as soon as I receive payment, I'll record it and I'll upload it onto YouTube as an unlisted reading. And I'll send you the link to it because it doesn't use up any space on my phone or your phone, and it doesn't get lost. It's there for you to like watch and rewatch, because people like to watch them either in bits or multiple times. So That's all good. I don't just do love readings. I can do personal, like, you know, past, present, future, like general, whatever comes out readings, business readings. So let me know if there's something that you want. I'm going to go. I'm going to WhatsApp Sarah. And I'll be back on tomorrow. God knows what time, when I can be asked. Alright, take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.